Zoom in on West Africa and you'll find Sierra Leone, tucked between Guinea and Liberia, with postcard beaches and lush rainforests. But Sierra Leone is more than a scenic coastline. Its name, given by Portuguese explorer Pedro de Sintra, means Lion Mountains, a hint at its powerful, complex history. This isn't just a spot on the map, it's where global histories collided, shaping a nation with more twists than your favorite drama series. Ancient kingdoms thrived here, with vibrant cultures, until European ships arrived, changing everything. Sierra Leone's location made it a hub for trade and cultural exchange, but also placed it at the heart of the transatlantic slave trade. Its beautiful coast became a departure point for countless Africans forced into bondage, a place of both admiration and sorrow. As we dive in, remember, this is about people, communities, and a nation forged in the fires of colonialism and the hope of freedom. Sierra Leone's story is one of immense suffering and incredible resilience. This small corner of the world became a stage for global drama. The echoes of what happened in the Lion Mountains still shape the world today. Let's peel back the layers and discover the real Sierra Leone. Before Europeans arrived, Sierra Leone was a vibrant mosaic of ethnic groups. Temne in the north, Mende in the south and east, and others like Limba, Sherbro, and Kono. These societies were sophisticated, with chiefs and councils guiding justice and community life. Master farmers grew rice in swampy lowlands, while artisans crafted textiles and ceremonial masks. Trade networks stretched across West Africa, exchanging salt, gold, kola nuts, and ivory, building alliances and relationships. Spirituality was central, with secret societies like the Poro and Sande shaping education and social cohesion. Culture, religion, and community were deeply intertwined. Life wasn't perfect, conflicts happened, but it was a world defined by its own rules and rhythms. This was a region of innovation, art, and deep-rooted social structures. Long before outsiders arrived, Sierra Leone was thriving on its own terms. Its rich history set the stage for everything that followed. In the 15th century, the Portuguese arrived drawn by gold, ivory, and spices. At first, trade was mutually beneficial. Local chiefs were savvy, and economies adapted to new goods. But as Europe's colonies in the Americas grew, the demand shifted from goods to people. The transatlantic slave trade began, turning friendly trade into a nightmare. Other Europeans, British, French, Dutch, followed, building forts and trading posts that became prisons for human cargo. Europeans exploited rivalries, trading guns for captives and fueling cycles of violence. Communities that once coexisted were now pitted against each other, trust shattered. Chiefs' power was measured by their ability to supply captives, not by their people's prosperity. The promise of peaceful trade became a monstrous enterprise. The social fabric of Sierra Leone was torn apart. The region's destiny was forever altered by foreign greed. The scars of this era would last for generations. Sierra Leone's story took a dark, irreversible turn. The transatlantic slave trade devastated Sierra Leone, with places like Bunce Island becoming major slave trading centers. Captives were marched to the coast, held in dungeons, branded, and packed onto ships for the horrific Middle Passage. Men, women, and children, skilled, creative, and full of potential, were all targets. The loss was immense, not just in numbers but in human potential and community strength. The constant threat of raids shattered families and paralyzed communities. Firearms fueled deadly conflicts, shifting the focus from territory to capturing people for sale. Traditional economies collapsed, replaced by the trade in human lives. Tens of thousands were shipped from Sierra Leone, each with a stolen future. Stories of resistance and survival are often overlooked but show the enduring human spirit. The legacy depopulation, instability, and deep mistrust that lingered long after the last slave ship sailed. The trauma of this era still echoes today. As abolitionist movements gained momentum in Britain, a radical idea emerged: create a settlement in Africa for freed slaves. In 1787, the Province of Freedom was founded, its capital, Freetown. The first settlers, the Black Poor from London, faced disease, shortages, and conflict with local Temne people. The initial settlement failed, but hope persisted. In 1792, over 1,000 Nova Scotian settlers, freed slaves denied land in Canada, arrived, determined to build a new society. They brought a unique culture, blending African roots, Christian faith, and a drive for self-governance. Freetown grew, with churches, schools, and democratic elections. In 1800, Jamaican Maroons joined, adding to the city's diversity. After Britain abolished the slave trade in 1807, Freetown became a haven for liberated Africans rescued from illegal slave ships. Tens of thousands from across West and Central Africa settled here, making Freetown one of the continent's most diverse cities. It was a chaotic, unprecedented experiment, a sanctuary born from the ashes of the slave trade. Freetown's story is one of hope, struggle, and reinvention. The city became a symbol of freedom and resilience. Freetown's creation brought new divisions. The settlers, Nova Scotians, Maroons, and liberated Africans, became the Creole people, with their own language and culture. They embraced Western education and Christianity, forming a distinct group on the coast. Meanwhile, indigenous groups like the Temne and Mende lived in the interior, ruled indirectly by the British. Two legal and political systems emerged, fueling resentment and imbalance. The Creole dominated colonial administration and the economy, while the Protectorate's people were marginalized. This settler-native divide became the central fault line in Sierra Leone's social landscape. Freetown was a symbol of hope for some, but for others, it represented a new kind of intrusion. The legacy of division would shape Sierra Leone's politics for generations. Sierra Leone's journey from ancient kingdoms to Freetown is the DNA of its modern identity. The Creole language, born in Freetown, is now the nation's lingua franca. The Creole people's story is central to Sierra Leone's identity, but colonial divisions left deep scars. The split between Freetown and the Protectorate fueled tensions, even contributing to the Civil War of the 1990s. Yet, Freetown's legacy as a haven for the liberated inspired Pan-Africanism and Black liberation. Fora Bay College became a beacon of learning, earning Freetown the nickname, the Athens of West Africa. Sierra Leone's story is one of resilience, a nation forged in suffering but also a symbol of hope and strength. Understanding this past is key to understanding the Sierra Leone of today.